Peggy 12.
Hello and welcome back to another scintillating episode of Team Radio. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please adjust your nuts once more because we are going to be joined by Luke Finley Maxwell to talk through what's coming next from PlaySport Games. So Luke, welcome back to the illustrious sofa, your own illustrious sofa in fact, here at PlaySport. How's it been?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we've did the challenge pack, had some great responses from that, really good feedback.
We're here today to talk about something totally new that's coming. It's the Endurance series, I believe. So what's involved with that?
So we're now adding a whole new series, the Endurance series, and it's completely different to most of the rest of the game, to be honest. It's timed races, 12 teams in two classes, Class A and Class B, racing with each other at the same time. Quite a difference. And 6 drivers for each team.
So these are really long races. These are races
so you can choose between an hour and a half, 3 hours, and 6-hour races.
There's some new functionality in there within the endurance gameplay, like driver stamina, for example.
Yeah, so now obviously because the races are longer, over 6 hours, we've incorporated driver stamina. So what that means is, as they race for longer, their stamina will decline, and you'll start to notice them making more mistakes on track and stuff. So you get this because obviously you have to swap out the drivers, you get this really cool moment where he's a bit tired and he's making some mistakes, but your other guy's not quite ready yet, or maybe you want to keep a stint going for a bit longer. So you get some really neat kind of decision making within the race through that.
Nice. It's sort of the endurance equivalent of when you're driving down the M25 and you need to pull over at Watford Gap.
Exactly.
You're a bit tired.
It's exactly that, yeah.
So the qualifying formats have sort of changed a little bit as well to fit the series. So there's now average lap qualifying?
Yeah, so average lap qualifying, basically you take 2 drivers per car, and what you do is they both do a lap and their fastest laps are averaged, and that's how you get placed. So it's a really interesting kind of way of reusing the drivers. So you might have a driver who's really good at just qualifying and not so good in the race. So it's kind of bringing more sort of interaction in that kind of area as well.
Cool. And did you say it was six drivers per team?
6 drivers per team, 3 for each car.
Nice. So there's a lot of personalities to manage and a lot of kind of trying to find the right blend of skills, I guess, to sort of the sort of moment on the track.
Totally. What we found is you'll tend to look for drivers who are really good at the start of the race. Maybe there's some really good finishers there, again for qualifying as well. So you really sort of see these personalities build up, and your strategy sort of develop more on the driver side, which is really interesting as well. So
nice. And I believe there's some ERS tweaks in there as well.
So in the Endurance series we have advanced ERS, and it's kind of, you can vote it in or out, but it's kind of a way of making the ERS feel a bit different to play. So there's 3 types of ERS in advanced ERS. There's flywheel, which basically means the charge starts at 0, takes a long time. It's really good for hybrid kind of stuff. You've got supercapacitor, which is all about power, and then you've got the battery, which is kind of middle of the road. So what you'll tend to find is each teams will have different strategies, because if you have the flywheel, you kind of want to conserve and harvest, whereas supercapacitor teams are just going for it constantly.
Nice.
So it's cool. It gives a bit of character to each team.
Yeah. So I guess if I'm a Motorsport Manager player and I've been playing it so far, this is going to just give me a whole load of new stuff, a load of new options and new ways to play. Yeah,
I mean, we haven't even spoken about rolling starts and stuff, right? So it's a whole new way to start the race. It kind of it gets rid of the race start kind of mechanic, and they just carry on going from where they start. It really changes the pace of the initial race, and that can be voted in for any series as well. So you could have it in your WMC race.
Nice.
So.
And there's a free update coming for all users again as well. What's included in that?
Yeah, so this is a bit bigger than the last free update. We're actually adding a whole new pit crew mechanic. So you can hire pit crew, fire pit crew, optimize them as well. So pit crew will have certain jobs they need to do. You need to put them into front jack, rear jack, tyres, fixing, that kind of stuff. And based on their skill level and their fatigue, will dictate how well you do or how quickly you perform a pit stop. So you get these cool kind of areas where your pit crew might be really tired, but you have to go to that race and you have to sort of do it because you can't afford any more pit crew or anything like that. Adds a whole new element, and it allows people who like to micromanage this option to use this stuff.
I was going to say, because there's a number of times in races where someone in the pit crew has messed up and I've not seen who, and now I guess I'll find out exactly who's messed up and fire them.
We do cool stuff, like if they make a mistake, that your driver will say their name, so it's like, oh damn, like Brad or whatever. Yeah, it's fantastic. another cool thing with that pit crew is we've expanded mistakes and how they work. So now with mistakes, you kind of have more job-specific mistakes. So pit crew can underfuel, they can botch repairing a part and increase the red zone, or they can even fit a wrong compound tyre, which again adds more drama to the race. And this can happen to AI teams as well as yourself. So
nice. So all the pit crew, they have their own stats. They all have different levels of ability, and you have to go out and find them as well as the rest of your team.
You have to hire them all. They all have their own stats. They have a stat in each area, so you can just sort of multi-use them in different areas and ways. Yeah, it's
cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that the game adds that we haven't covered?
Yeah, there's something really exciting in the free update that I'm really excited about. It's the catastrophic pit mistakes. So with catastrophic pit mistakes, they're these rare, maybe once a season, maybe not at all in a season, events that can completely change the outcome of a race. So we have two catastrophic mistakes. We have pit fires and loose wheels. So loose wheels can happen during a pit stop, and if the wheel comes off, you're going to have to try and pit immediately, and there's like cool sparks coming off and stuff like that. And then pit fires can only happen when you're refueling, but if it does happen, it has a chance of retiring the car. So it and you get to see, as you're going around the track, you just see bellowing smoke coming out of the pit building.
Nice.
And it's just, it's really cool. And also, if it does retire, your drivers can get psychologically damaged. They might become a bit scared of going back into the car.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's these really cool kind of just to change a race, just to give a season a bit of more character.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it sounds really good. Can't wait to play it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.